Is from MBK Tape with Jason Zajac and Jeff Furbush. Thanks. Is it working?
I just asked Dan if the clicker was working. He gave me the look. So hopefully it is. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jason Zajac, and I am the Vice President of Sales for MBK Tape Solutions. See, it's not working. And this is Jeff Furbush from 3M Medical Materials and Technologies. He and I are going to be talking about, there we go, about the science of sticking in the skin, as well as the collaboration between MBK Tape Solutions and 3M. Give you a little bit of background for those of you who aren't familiar with MBK Tape Solutions. We came to light in 1971 as a converter of specialty materials and pressure-sensitive adhesives. Everything that we convert starts on a roll good as a tape or a film, fabric, or foam, and we run everything on rotary presses to make a widget at the end of the day. We've had extreme growth in the last 8 years, primarily in the last 2 years, because of our medical prowess. We work in a lot of different medical devices, wound care, wound closure, and we specialize in stick-to-skin wearable devices in the biometrics tracking for like CGMs, for constant glucose monitoring, any kind of fitness tracking that has to stick to the skin. A lot of stuff we do is posted on our blog post at mbktape.com. We publish a lot of white papers to talk about different medical devices that we've brought to the market with our clients, as well as different technologies that are emerging every day in the stick-to-skin realm. Right now, we have a ISO 8 class 100,000 clean room. We have 9 rotary presses, 5 slitters, 2 flatbed clicker dies, as well as a laser cutter. We can do everything from working with entrepreneurs that start out of their garage all the way up to multi-billion-dollar companies, some of which are located right here in Southern California. MBK brings in a lot of different materials, as I stated earlier. We are a specialty converter of adhesive tapes and flexible materials. This slide just shows you some of the overview of the different tapes that we bring in. Everything from acrylic, silicones, and rubbers to medical and skin contact adhesives, as well as hydrocolloid and hydrogels. We also have our own line of FDA direct and indirect food contact tapes, which is a rarity in the US market. We also carry UL-rated tapes. Some of the services we provide to our clients are really in the die cutting realm, in the specialty die cutting realm. What we do is we use rotary and flatbed die cutting. If you guys aren't familiar with rotary die cutting, it looks like a printing press. Instead of the printing plates, they're engraved cylinders that cut through the material against an anvil. And again, we start with a big roll of tape or film, and at the end, we plop out a widget like the pictures you see. Those are just some examples. We also have a table set up in the other room with a lot of different examples of die cuts that we've done throughout the year, so you guys can see more hands-on, a lot of touchy-feely stuff over there. We also have a couple sample packs of different medical adhesives and die cuts that we've produced in the last 12 months to give you a real taste of stuff that you're going to be seeing out in the market within the next 12 to 18 months. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Jeff Furbush, and hopefully you guys don't look like this picture when we're done.
Thank you, Jason. Good morning, everyone. Okay. All right. See if that one works. Great. So I first of all want to thank you very much for having me here today, and thank you for inviting me, Jason. This is a super exciting business. My name's Jeff Furbush. I'm with 3M's Medical Materials and Technologies. And what we do is, I've been with 3M for 28 years. I've been in this business 17 years. And a little bit about what we do is we help medical device companies to create and manufacture their medical device. We're the OEM group for 3M, so we provide medical materials in a specification format to these end medical device companies. And then we work through our partners in the converting community like Jason at MBK to help bring those visions to reality through the manufacturing process. And collaboration is very, very key and very, very important in this entire process. You know, a lot of people don't think so much about it as how important it is at the beginning of the process, but it is very, very important because not only do you have to be able to specify products that improve and develop and innovate the functionality of your product, but you also have to be able to manufacture it in a sensible way that's going to be commercially viable. So we work in 4 different spaces primarily. So we work in body-worn adhesives. So our primary focus is stick-to-skin adhesives, but we also work in medical device assembly adhesives as well and serve as a conduit for other technologies around 3M to be able to access materials for the development of those products. We also work in the microfluidics area, so that might be everything from PCR and lidding to lab on a chip to strip technology for diagnostics. So we're in those spaces as well. We have a business in optical, actually in the manufacturing of lenses for eyeglasses, and then also for medical device attachment. So we do this and we accomplish this through 3M's technology. So what we try to do is express this in a periodic table format that captures our materials, our processing, our digital capabilities and applications. And what we do is we combine different elements of that periodic chart to create those outcomes. So in this case, for stick-to-skin adhesive, for example, we combine our technologies for adhesives, for films, and say for non-wovens to create like a single-coated tape or a double-coated tape for something that you might wear for as short as a few hours or as long as 14 days. When we talk about adhesives, there's basically 4 different groups that we champion. So one of them is our silicone. So this is something for gentle use, and it's for repositionability. So it's a very, very cool technology, because if you think about your, you know, when we were all growing up and we're wearing an adhesive bandage and we take it off, it tends to exfoliate the skin, and depending on where it is on the body, sometimes it can hurt. And so this really solved a number of different need gaps. So, you know, as you look at the population, you have younger people in the population and older people in the population, and they have different skin needs and everything in between. So this one's really more for gentle use. The second group is our acrylic adhesives. So acrylic adhesives is pretty ubiquitous in the medical device area. It's very all-purpose, and it's used in many stick-to-skin applications and also in device applications in terms of construction. The third is hydrocolloid, and hydrocolloid is a really specialized adhesive, and it's more for long-term wear and for something like an ostomy bag. If you're wearing an ostomy bag and you need to have it on a period of time for, say, 7 days, it's actually a low-building adhesive system that allows you to absorb some of the exudate that's coming out of there, yet stay on for a good period of time, and it's fairly gentle to the skin. And then lastly is synthetic rubber adhesives, and those are very, very quick to stick adhesive systems that are very good in short-term applications where you need some quick stick, or they're very good with lower surface energy applications to stick, and it's all a great part of the portfolio to allow for good medical device adhesion. This is my favorite slide. So this really captures a lot of the emphasis in medical device that we face these days. So it's a representation of a stack up of materials of a wearable device. And it captures stick to skin, device assembly, there's a lot of electronic components that are in there, so it can be everything from antenna to EMI shielding, and then even protective coverings. And 3M has many solutions that are within that stack up, but again, it's a very complicated stack up, so it has to be manufacturable. So to get back to that theme of really engaging with your contract manufacturer like an MBK early in the process to develop it, not only in design with a 3M to pick the right materials, but with your contract manufacturer and your converter so that you have processability, and you understand that is really key to making these complex devices successful. So again, this is kind of a reiteration, but ours is a design and driven business model. So our business model is really linked to working with the 3 pillars of the design process. So it's working with the end customer on designing parameters, and then it's working with the end manufacturer to basically fabricate that product to give that the most positive outcome for the end user and medical care provider.